ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Whassup Wrestling. We are here live in Houston, Texas, and we are still on our way, entering into fall. Fall begins tomorrow, the Brawl in just a few weeks' time. We start things off here, ladies and gentlemen, with a look at who will be number one contender to the Women's Championship. I think Glory's resume speaks well in of itself. Queen of the Ring, winner of against Queen Amazonia as well. Glory has been a wrecking force since coming into Whassup Wrestling. And now she is here to earn herself her number one contendership. Now, probably wondering that the fact that she had to earn her contendership, since she is Queen of the Ring, that is because she utilized her granted request as the Queen to face off against Queen Amazonia. It's a lot of queens, and she was victorious in that match. Therefore, the number one contendership opportunity awaits her, and here is the last wall, the last hurdle perhaps, that she must overcome. Terri Golde, who just last week scored a victory over AJ Smith. Winner of a tournament in her own right, winning the Bikini Party Summer Tournament. Last seeing Aaron Reed in the finals. What would have been more impressive is if she was able to also defeat Baby Doll at SummerSlam. Unfortunately, perhaps due to outside distractions at the cost of Sarah Twilight and Black Kitten, Terri Golde did not obtain that victory. Still, her victory last week over the current reigning champion certainly earns herself an opportunity for an opportunity. You're following me on that one. Anyways, this is Friday the 13th. Will this be an unlucky day for either of these two competitors? Now, an attempted tie-up, another attempted tie-up, and each time Glory just keeps shoving her away, just utilizing her power. And so, I was about to say, Terri was going to focus on her striking. Instead, she is bound and determined to get a tie-up with Glory, and Glory is not going to play that game. You do not play the tie-up game with Glory. Terri will have to focus on her strikes as much as possible, or quick fire attacks like that DDT, hitting the ropes, coming right back, and an immediate low leg drop. And another one with a bit of a twist. Terri managing to counter out. So Terri putting up her dukes, but not enough. Glory was able to get through there, and now with a power slam. First cover of the match is a one count. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is number one contendership for the Women's Championship, currently held by AJ Smith. The winner of this match will go on to Fall Brawl in order to face the champion. And here comes Glory, corner clothesline. Crashes right through Terri. And Terri up and over, or indeed up and over, taking Glory down. Shot to the back of the knee. Both competitors to their feet, and Glory takes that drop kick to the face like a boss. Coming low to the chest, and now again to the elbow. Well, if there's anything else we learned about last week, it's that speed and technicality can win over brute force if you're able to get in the shots. So Roger Desmond was able to defeat Canuck. And Terri Golde sent him right back inside. Gets herself to her feet and into the ropes goes Glory. And Terri with 619. Glory with a bit of a taunt. Not going to take the opportunity. Instead, brings her up, spins her around, and down with a pile driver. Now here's the cover. Hooks the leg that was close to the ropes. And almost 2/3 of a second from becoming #1 contender. Now Terri Golde managing to turn this thing right around. Glory up to her feet. Daisy and misses on the spinning heel kick. Instead tries to package her up, and Glory managing to shove her away and drops the knee to the face. And Glory with Terri up on the shoulders, brings her to the ropes and takes her down off the top one. Glory misses out, and nice kick from Terri, but doesn't do anything to take Glory off her feet. Shots, and now sunset powerbomb. Glory already again to her feet. See a knee to the throat. Will that be enough? And no, Terri kicks out. I saw it. Glory thought she had it. Now going to take Terri up. Showcases the might and drops her down face first to the canvas. And again, takes her down, spins her up and around for a power bomb. Now Glory with a trio of shots, couple of body blows, and a high boot. And Terri managing to fight back, kicks her away, chop across the chest, and now Terri. Almost looked like she had Glory's head between her legs there. Terri going to try again for her spinning heel kick. Glory in a better position. And no! Instead comes up with a neck breaker. Now here's the cover. Foot near the ropes. And that is it. Terri Golde, top rope neck breaker, wins this match. She will go to Fall Brawl and become #1 contender, facing off for the Women's Championship. Interesting aspect of that is that she earned this opportunity via scoring a pinfall victory over the current champion, AJ Smith.
Here is your winner, Terri Golde.
So Terri Golde, as we just said, goes to Fall Brawl, really picking up where she left off when she took a hiatus from Whassup Wrestling. She become the new Women's Champion. October 5th will be the date we find that out. Whassup Wrestling is brought to you by Wasn't that a great commercial, ladies and gentlemen? I love commercials, you know. Commercials are entertaining. And more importantly, they give this company money.
Making his way to the ring from Canada, weighing in at 215 pounds, the Masked Man.
Blue Punch, making his way to the ring, has made quite the turnaround since his defeat against the hands of Stan Stevens at Money in the Bank. Another campaign going now for the Fighting Spirit Championship. Last week, he really took newcomer Hector Ramirez to the limit. And now tonight he will be facing off once more with Number Guy. It'll be an interesting affair between these two. The last time they faced off, Number Guy was the one who picked up the victory. We see the same result here tonight.
Northern Ireland, weighing in at 243 pounds, #1 Guy.
Number Guy looks at the Fighting Spirit Championship and just sees his name already written above it. In fact, many fans here speculating that Number Guy will make his own campaign for that very title as one of the greatest $1 million champions in Whassup Wrestling history. a fighting champion so fighting, he took part in his own #1 contendership matches and won. Of course, the little known match of last year's SummerSlam where Number Guy took on former $1 million champion Stone Cold Steve Austin and defeated him via submission. With scissors taking out the stunner. And two potential contenders for Bloodbath's Fighting Spirit Championship going at it one-on-one once more. Now with a renewed vigor, and it looks like Blue Punch attempted to turn that into a tilt-a-whirl, but Number Guy with a Hurricane Rana, now a DDT. There's Number Guy going. Number Guy up to the top rope. Blue Punch getting to his feet. Bit of a distance. And Number Guy darting aside from Blue Punch's efforts. Single arm takedown straight into an armbar. Putting in the pressure. While Number Guy is a fighting champion, he is also a submission specialist. Not so good on the knee drops, though, as Blue Punch shows. Drop kick to the side of the head. And now a kick to the other side. Though not dazed enough to fall victim to Blue Punch's further assault. Sends him away, and now with a suplex. Quick cover here by Number Guy. It's just a 1 count. And Blue Punch attempting a nice high kick. Couldn't get it in. And another single arm takedown. And again, arm bar on the ground. Blue Punch trying to roll away. Number Guy keeping right up with him. It looked like he was setting him into the corner. Instead, takes him down to the ground. Blue Punch now is having to crawl his way to the corner, getting up to his feet. Blue Punch having gotten very little offense in this matchup. This is not the Blue Punch that we're used to seeing. Blue Punch, standing shooting star. This is definitely more like it. But a missed shot, and Number Guy takes clear advantage of that. Number Guy taking Blue Punch down by the leg. Blue Punch just seems kind of sluggish in there. And right into an elbow from Number Guy. And of course, Number Guy perhaps going to keep the fight going. He had his opportunity for the Fighting Spirit Championship a few weeks ago, facing off against Stan Stevens for that very title. It was that night where Stan Stevens realized he could beat Number Guy. So Number Guy perhaps seeing this as the next opportunity. Guy into the ropes and standing Hurricane Rana from Blue Punch, who goes quickly for the cover. And rope break from Number Guy. Hopefully the rope breaks are being seen here. And down goes Number Guy, and quickly hook at the legs. And not enough. Number Guy rolls to the outside. Blue Punch building up momentum, and didn't work for Terri, but works for Blue Punch. Blue Punch getting that knee drop that Number Guy missed earlier. Counter from the drop kick. Number Guy keeps the fight up for himself. And Blue Punch into the barricade, and Number Guy quickly in there with a knee to the side of the head. And here's the clubbing blows. So deadly the cameras will not zoom around to see. Referee up to 5. Number Guy back in the ring. Blue Punch still recovering on the outside. Number 7, and number guy not going to take a count-out victory. Could be his downfall. Blue punch now, sending the shots forward. Punch bringing number guy back up. Kick to the gut from number guy. And a kick from Blue Punch. And Blue Punch up on the apron into the ring. And is number guy going to follow? Indeed he does. Blue Punch making a terrible mistake there. As Blue Punch showcases his own level of fighting spirit. Kick to the inside knee. And standing Hurricane Rana from number guy. And brought to his feet. Blue Punch. Series of shots to Blue Punch's head. The number guy brings him up, sends him right back inside. Blue Punch seems to be really out of it. With that assault on the outside, and here we go, ankle lock, middle of the ring. Referee, unfortunately, in Blue Punch's way, but Blue Punch not going to tap out. Instead, manages to get out of it. And there's a high kick straight to number guy's face, side of the eye. Blue Punch fighting back. The number guy on the outside to recover. Blue Punch stopping himself this time. And down to the knee and another dragon screw. Now with a quick cover. And kick out from Blue Punch. Number guy in a state of disbelief. Stomps to the back of the head as he now heads to the top rope. And double axe handle. You saw the power behind that one. This number guy bleeding perhaps from that kick before. And number guy ready to put the beating down. Clothesline and clothesline. And high kick to across the throat. And here's the cover. And Blue Punch again, getting that shoulder up. I'm going to try and pin him again, perhaps more coverage. And he's seeing that ankle and poised, ready. And Blue Punch pulls him around, clubbing blow and a drop kick. Here's the cover from Blue Punch. Barely anything. Really all number guy had to do was just put the foot on the ropes. And high kick, side of the head. And the gravity-defying head scissors. No one has found a way to get out of it. Or to at least avoid it. And up and over. Quickly grabs hold of the legs. Here's the cover. 2. And not enough. But Blue Punch is not going to be taken down. Going to try again. Can't get it through. Clothesline over the top rope. The number guy about to make the ultimate risk. Standing up high. And again, but this time no shot to the ribs. And another drop kick side of the head. Blue Punch is not down and out. We're going to toss right back in there. Blue Punch comes in from the side. Referee in his face. Nice backflip takedown from Blue Punch. Bringing number guy up to the far corner. Blue Punch steadily making his way over, but I think number guy is on Dream Street. And down. Wheelbarrow Bulldog. You only see that when Blue Punch is serious about victory. And indeed, Blue Punch victorious here. Wait, who is this? Who's this masked man in Blue Punch? Blue Punch looks like he knows him. Stan Stevens still coming out with that $1 million championship. He was told that the title was basically worthless at this point, but he was very proud of that title. He really went for it.
The following is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Jersey City, New Jersey, weighing in at 287 pounds, $1 million champion, stunning Stan Stevens.
Ladies and gentlemen, the $1 million championship was retired back at SummerSlam when Stan Stevens lost against Bloodbath McGrath. Although even if Stan Stevens had won, it would still have been a retirement for the $1 million championship. That title now into the Fighting Spirit Championship. So the question was whether or not Stan Stevens would continue to hold the belt, the $1 million title belt, but there you see it. Like I said, it's no different than anyone's pants felt at this point. Its history is still astounding. There's nothing wrong with its history. Look who's back, ladies and gentlemen.
From New York, weighing in at 232 pounds, the superstar DJ Wilson.
Violence John making his grand return. We have not seen him since his, interesting matchup at WrestleMania, where he took on Door Killer, and they just went all over the place with that one. John reaching in deep, pulling out the essence of drunken bastard Violence John. Looks like he's calmed down since then. It's been nearly 6 months since that altercation. One can only hope. Violence John coming right back to home here in Whassup Wrestling, here in an Extreme Rules matchup. He lost a beat. As Stan Stevens gone crazy accepting this matchup. There's the bell, and Violence John rushes right out, attempting a shoulder block, but Stan Stevens somehow manages to stand tall. Taking Violence John straight down. Crossface applied, and not going to win a victory that quick. German suplex on the former FUBAR champion. Of course, the FUBAR championship, now the FTW championship. It looks like Violence John has sights on greater goals. And Stan Stevens has sights on those steel steps. And Stan Stevens, the back of his head into those steel steps. Or perhaps it was just the afro. Really, ladies and gentlemen, you do not hurt the Afro. Sean's lower back hitting against that barricade, and Stan going right back for those steel steps to find the laws of physics temporarily and dropping them down on Violence John's head. Flinging around into the steel stairs that certainly stop hiding or showing their weight there. I mean, they're really heavy, ladies and gentlemen. You saw how Stan Stevens struggled to pick them up. They're not light or anything. That's John countering back and tosses Stan across the mats. Series of shots to the top of Stan's head. To his feet. And down with the power slam. So Stan's feet just kind of wiggle about as if he were trying to get himself out of there. Now this thing just devolving into a Pier 6 brawl. Just a clubbing match at this point. Leaving the safety of the mats with every move. Violence John turns himself around, but thankfully turns back. I think was he about to drop Stan Stevens onto the hard concrete. Violence John would certainly do that to himself. And there we go. The fight is now beyond the concrete and to the steel ramp. This is not a falls count anywhere matchup. That's why the referee is not following up. But at the same time, this is a no rules match as well. Meaning that anything can happen in this one. Now stand up on the shoulders. The former Fubar champion Samoan drop. And stand with the running boot. Chop across the chest. And stand countering out of that overhead. The nice headbutt. Snapmare and a chop across the back. The hairy back of Violence John. Quartet of chops. Now Stan Stevens. Double underhook suplex. Violence John away and now crashes down onto his chest. And once more, Stan really taking some risks doing that. At any points, Violence John could just roll aside. Series of stomps and one more to the face. Pulls Stan Stevens up and down with a power bomb onto the concrete. Stan Stevens manages to dodge away, goes right back for the chops. And flips right up and dropped onto the concrete once more. And Stan rolls away. Now going for another, no! Like to say another double underhook suplex, but instead just drops Violence John down. And Stan Stevens seems to remember that this matchup needs to end inside the ring. And Violence John huffing and puffing after him. Not sure how much momentum was in behind that clothesline, but it was enough to take Stan Stevens down off his feet. And finally, this fight, I was about to say, getting back into the ring, but Violence John is not going to come back empty-handed. And Stan Stevens, it looked like he was about to leave. His crowd wanting tables. Instead, they're about to get steel chairs, and Stan Stevens is about to get one as well. And Violence John is just showing him the steel chair that he will be very, very intimate with. And Violence John with a quick cover. Was all of that not enough? And getting his shoulder up. And the fight continues. With a stare down between the two competitors. And tossed away. Now Violence John hitting up top. And could it be? Indeed, the signal is made. And down. Destroyer elbow off the top rope. Here's the cover. And Stan Stevens getting that shoulder up. Stan quick to his feet. Shot to the face. Clubbing blow across the back. And again, Stan Stevens does not go down. Until then. A steel chair in hand. Sean going to make it watch. He hits the top. Another destroyer elbow. Not with a destroyer mark, but a hefty blow to the spine. And stands right back down, face first in the canvas. And now a stop to the back of the leg. And Stan, perhaps out of desperation, countering out. Knee to the side of the head. And Stan Stevens stands ready. Brings Violence John in. Double underhook, DDT. And Stan quickly to crawl over. Here's the cover. Will it be enough? And no, it will not. But Stan straight to his feet. Takes back the steel chair. It says that you're going to watch me fight. And meeting up middle of the ring, sits in the corner, couple of chops. And Violence John covered in blood. He is indeed having a homecoming here. Now Stan Stevens up to the top rope. Comes down, diving splash. Gut on gut action. What to say with Stan Stevens is going to go up there again. Finds himself kicked away. Violence John stepping back, perhaps building a momentum. Crashes in from behind. And twisting out the ankle, putting in the pressure. Stan Stevens can't deal with it. Stan is ripped away. Violence John in and out. And steel chair is finally used. And placed back in its home. Violence John going for something else now. And it is a ladder. The destroyer elbow off the ladder would put anyone away. And Stan Stevens says no way to that. As the fight once more taking place on the outside. And reverse DDT. Those steel chairs or stairs, sorry. Tossed aside now. And Violence John not finished. And there's the table. Heard it from the crowd earlier. Crowd wanting tables. Well, there you go. Stan again tosses Violence John into the barricade. Steel stairs in hand. Stan just tosses them to the side. And whips him right into him. Surprisingly, Stan Stevens is fighting like a man with a plan here. Well, you don't see that. You just see Stan Stevens doing what he can to just survive. Pulls them in again, going for a suplex this time. Violence John coming from behind, takes out the knee. Not enough momentum, not with those steel stairs in the way. Stan backs himself away. Comes close to a tremendous blow. And now, Violence John, all three sides of the ring. And this time comes out with the sledgehammer. Shots in the midsection, but Stan Stevens up and spears him down. So Violence John has taken weapons from all three sides of the ring. That final side, of course, the LED screen. And now finally eating some steel stairs. We're going to have a lot of commercials after this one, ladies and gentlemen. Just so that this ring can be cleaned up and reset. And Stan Stevens tossed straight into those steel stairs. This match is not for any contendership. It is not for any title. It's not even really a FTW branded match. It's just two men beating the holy hell out of each other. Stan Stevens comes running in, pointing down, just yelling at Violence John. I don't think that's really going to keep him down. Blew across the chest and into the barricade. No, over the top of the barricade. Stan Stevens going back to those steel stairs. Also, I'm not going to let him hit him with those again. And down to the sidewalk slam. Again, no one wins until there's a pinfall or submission inside of that ring. There's a sledgehammer to the face. Stan Stevens running both feet into the chest of Violence John, getting through the skin. Violence John tossed well towards the ring. Violence John refusing to go back in. Another crossface outside the ring. Stan Stevens wrenching back. No submissions on the outside, though. Sean rolls through. And sends Stan inside the ring. Bringing his friend, the sledgehammer. And Stan comes over the top of the ladder. Running back elbow to the face. Catching Violence John off guard. And with that, Stan Stevens comes out victorious. Surprising victory here by Stan Stevens. There you see it. Once more, Violence John was persistent in getting that sledgehammer into the ring.
Stunning Stan
It was his downfall. Stan Stevens taking immediate advantage, coming in, desperation attacks. And now he comes out victorious. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a bit of time to reset this ring. Clean up the area, reset those stairs.
Whassup Wrestling is brought to you by Snacky S'mores. Eat Snacky S'mores.
See at least one set of stairs there reset.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, accompanied by Stunning Stan Q. Stevens. From Los Angeles, Hollywood, Haley J.
Hey, this is a very interesting pairing. Stan Stevens on his way to the back. Suppose picked up by Hollyhood, Haley J, or following her out here. She doesn't seem to be too bothered by Stan Stevens coming out. Aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, issues between Haley and Soo Young Lee really escalating, making it a bit interesting in the contendership area for the Vixens Championship.
And representing the Bad Girls from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Catherine.
And here comes Catherine Neville, former two-time Snow Bunnies tournament champion. She'll be entering into the 2024 Snow Bunnies tournament. And whether or not she will continue to remain undefeated. We'll see. She's undefeated here. I'm sure she was only thinking that she was going to be facing off against Haley in a one-on-one, no one outside the ring matchup. At the very least, if she were, or she were to expect anyone, it would probably be Sue. That was how happened last week. Sue in the corner of Haley just to kind of watch a future competitor. This is again, two women vying to be #1 contender to the Vixens Championship. Now Haley heading up to the top rope and comes down, knee to the face. And Stan Stevens is applauding her. Again, not certain what this whole connection is. There's a sharp kick to the back, bringing Catherine up to her feet. Haven't seen much offense from Catherine Neville. Well, there we go. Catherine countering out of that suplex. Drop kick to the side of the head. Quick to her feet. But Haley just a little faster and taking hold. And again, Catherine, bulldog this time. Making absolute certain that she takes Haley down. And Haley on the outside. Perform for the crowd, but the smartest move. She thought that Catherine would not come outside the ring due to Stan Stevens being out there, but Catherine was not one to show fear in such situations. Kick to the gut, and now straight shot to the face. The top rope misses out of that shot. Gets into the second one and tries for a third. Catherine countering back, gets it ahead of her own. Series of blows. Catherine now sending Haley into the corner, or the rope, sorry. Both women come collide. Clothesline, and another one from Catherine Neville. High kick across the sternum, bringing Haley up to her feet. And down. And right into a cover. 2 count only. And Catherine poised. I don't think Haley has any idea what's going on. Or indeed she does. And clotheslines Catherine over the top rope. I don't think that's how Catherine thought it would go. I'm sure in Catherine's mind, by now she'd have been victorious, celebrating with her music playing. Instead, she has clotheslines over the top rope and now getting kicked in the side of the head. Last time we hear the counts. The competitor's back inside the ring after 4. And Catherine seemed to be on Dream Street, allowing Haley to rebound off the middle rope. Stomp to the side of the head. Repeated stomps. Bringing Catherine up. Turns around straight into a forearm. It's almost close to what Stan Stevens gave Violence John just moments ago. And Catherine showing that she is sick and tired of this strike fest. Now just working on the arm. Haley just going to hold her in place. running in, straight kick to the face. Here's the cover. Not quite. And again, building up momentum, misses out on that shot. Catherine with a shot of her own. And Haley fighting back. Catherine unable to put in too much of a defense here. Look up to the back of the head. And Haley showing that she has all the energy in the world to keep this going. And Catherine spotting that at the last second. Haley with a jumping kick brings Catherine up. And knee to the face. Just sends Catherine running towards the barricade, not against it. And now mounting on top of her. Referee up to 5 at this point. And Haley be one to take a count-out victory. And no, she is not. Immediately right back outside. And continues going to work. And a kick to the face. Catherine sent towards the stairs, and Catherine rolling away now, or rolling around. Just in a couple of shots of her own. We're up to 6. And Catherine taking a page out of Aaron Reed's book. We're up to 8. 9, Haley. Manages to make her way in. Is this a surprise shot like before? And no. Surprisingly, Catherine not showing her frustrations. And Catherine with a high kick of her own. Elbow from Haley. Pushes her aside. Nice high kick. Brings Catherine up to her feet. Steps back, and jumping shot to the face. Catherine unable to dodge that one. Now Haley continuing on the assault. And Haley keeps wanting to go to the top rope, but Catherine's persistent to be upright. And pressure on the knee. Catherine wobbles. He is not her best position. As at least as a result of last year's contest against Roxy Stevenson. Nice running kick to the side of the head. And not the KO shot that Catherine thought it would be. Just a bit stunned there for a moment. Stunned by the crowd, and Haley getting another shot. Brings Catherine up to her feet. Again, builds up some momentum. Nice high kick to the face. And Hollyhood Haley J victorious here over Catherine Neville. Continues her winning streak. Definitely continues her argument into becoming #1 contender for the Vixens Championship against Kaio. That whole dispute is still up in the air. As earlier on, we did end the dispute on who would be facing
Hollyhood
for the Women's Championship, that being Terri Golde. At some point in time, Hollyhood Haley J and Soo Young Lee will have to go one-on-one to determine a #1 contender to the Vixens Championship. And that date will be an explosive one. It is main event time. Special tag team match reunion, as it were. Roger Desmond and Tony AJ Smith, Natural Greatness.
Introducing first, from Golde, Chihuahua, Mexico, weighing in at 246 pounds, the Great
Last week, Roger Desmond scoring a surprise victory over Canuck. In the sheer greatness never thought we'd ever see. Roger Desmond pushing himself up towards the rankings. World heavyweight title there in the area, but well, his partner is already making for his next shot. And that shot will indeed come. Ball brawl inside of the steel cage. No men will be able to get out. No men will be able to count themselves counted out. We'll see just how they manage to do.
and his partner from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 263 pounds, the Natural, Tony J. Smith.
Natural Greatness, a very on-again, off-again team. Former tag team champions. They defeated D-Generation X at Fastlane. That helped Whassup Wrestling earn the right of holding WrestleMania. Certainly a legendary tag team in the making. That is when they're able to focus on as a team. Certainly tonight, we'll see that one put to the test as they take on the duo of Craig Stevens and Max Garrett. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, Craig Stevens and Roger Desmond main eventing that show. It's going to be some tremendous opportunity for Roger Desmond facing off against a former contender for the Universal Championship. Maybe Roger will just skip over the World Heavyweight Championship, actually allow his partner here to have his opportunity and instead go straight for the top. So I assume, and here we go. The World Heavyweight Champion. Garrett, and he defeated Superstar at Pride Falls, becoming World Heavyweight Champion.
Weighing in at 271 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Garrett.
A couple of tries, but he managed to do it. It was against all three of these other participants who will be in this matchup that Max Garrett earned his #1 contendership in a battle royale, eliminating all three competitors, showcasing his capabilities. Now here they are once more, this time in a tag team affair. There's no need for tags.
From Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 262 pounds, Craig Stevens.
As we said before, this is a tornado tag match. So an interesting fact about next week's main event between Craig Stevens and Roger Desmond is that Maple will be back in Craig Stevens' corner. If you don't know the significance of that, remind you, ladies and gentlemen, a year ago, prior to Money in the Bank, Roger Desmond delivering a super kick to Maple, knocking her unconscious. A couple of months ago, until Craig Stevens finally brought Maple back out. Just the recovery, it was the confidence factor. Next week for Craig Stevens to have Maple come out Again, be a huge situation. Past that issue. Definitely, if you were not successful in becoming Universal Champion, then at least work on one issue at a time. And here we go. All four competitors set to go 2-on-2. And it is Roger and Craig Stevens and Max Garrett and Tony J. Smith. Essentially, it is next week's main event versus the Fall Brawl main event. Dance partners have been switched. Craig Stevens and Tony J. Smith. The wars that they've had. Roger Desmond and Max Garrett. It'll be an interesting pairing in and of itself. And Craig Stevens taken out by Roger Desmond. Nice double toss there, but would have been even more impressive if it was Garrett and Stevens getting the tosses. Roger rolling towards the ropes. Out on the apron. And Max Garrett taking up steam. Though misses out on his opportunity to send Roger to the... Well, there we go. Shades of that Battle Royale. And I think Roger Desmond is getting that reminder right now. There's Garrett and Roger inside the ring. Stevens and Smith outside. And power slam from Garrett. Just a 2 count though. No countouts in this one. Last 2 times Smith and Garrett went at it. It was Garrett becoming victorious via countouts. That's the need of a steel cage. Hip toss from Tony J. Smith. Sees the pinfall. They should have called on that impressive moonsault from Max Garrett. Line from Tony J. Smith. And now Roger Desmond going straight outside to meet up with Stevens. And pulled right into him, belly to belly. Natural greatness on top of things here. So despite the fact that these two men have as much dislike for one another as they have likes, were former tag team champions, and they were able to take on the unified force of D-Generation X. So a team, or a sudden team of Garrett and Craig Stevens certainly be a, well, not exactly a picnic, but the hardest affair that they would have to face. DDT on Max Garrett. And Roger Desmond off the top rope. And here's the cover on Craig Stevens now. It's a 2 count. His natural greatness still on top of things here. Where's Desmond going? He rolls to the outside, leaving Stevens all alone. But Stevens fighting back against both men and takes Greatness outside the ring. Drag now, Roger Desmond and Max Garrett on the outside. Desmond into the steel steps. Recently reset steel steps, of course. DDT there by Tony. Just a 2 count. And Garrett with an immediate forearm. And 2 count. I think Desmond would have been able to get in time. They're kicking it. Roger back. And again, alone against both members of National Greatness. Stevens on the outside. Coming in, taking Desmond down. Sends him to the ropes. And in his natural greatness, back on top of things here. Garrett almost on the outside. Stevens left all alone. Although this is where natural greatness tends to break apart. It's which one of them wants to get into the assault first. Garrett back in the ring and catches Tony J. Smith by surprise. Then Desmond heading to the top rope. And his eyes on Stevens. And Garrett says, "Look at me." And Smith now going to ignore his partner in pain. Goes straight for Stevens. Forearm to the face. Roger Desmond down. And another colliding forearm. And here's the cover. But Smith just has to run around Stevens. But Desmond manages to get his shoulder up regardless. And Roger going to take a moment on the apron as Stevens works his way around. Now back into the ring. And Roger Desmond attempting a greatness super kick. But Stevens taking out the knee. DDT on Garrett and Stevens again. 2-on-1. Knocking it back down. Taking out both men. Suplex on Smith. Don't believe that was a neck breaker. Taken down, but only momentarily. And again, Stevens on his own here. Despite his high spirit, it only lasts for so long against these two individuals. Well, Roger Desmond, former Universal Champion. Tony J. Smith, former $1 million champion. And now Smith's leg whipped around. Garrett bringing him back up. There's Tony down. A lot of momentum here this time. Straight into a cover. Desmond finally realizes, and Smith getting that shoulder up. Garrett fighting back. 2-on-1 situation for Desmond. Another standing forearm from Garrett. And Craig Stevens in prime position. And Craig Stevens special. Straight into a cover. And almost. A natural selection on Craig Stevens. But Garrett right there. Belly to belly on Garrett. And greatness on Craig Stevens, but Roger Desmond passing out as well. Here's the cover, though. Garrett, unfortunately. And here are your victors, Roger Desmond and Tony J. Smith. The natural selection and a greatness super kick shortly after. Of course, Craig Stevens was not going to be able to survive that. There you see the natural selection. Forearms. As Tony J. Smith, Roger Desmond end things off here tonight. Victorious, ladies and gentlemen. But the war between these four is only beginning. Next week it resumes. Roger Desmond and Craig Stevens with Maple. Be sure to tune in for that. For now, we'll see you at that point. Thank you for watching Whassup Wrestling.